Really interesting scenarios right there. Let's move on to education now. Over 3,000 public schools do not have head teachers or principals. According to the draft report by Presidential Working Party on Education Reforms, 1,918 public primary schools lack head teachers, while 1,441 public secondary schools are being managed without principals. Now, the report has also ranked Kakamega as the leading county with the biggest head teachers shortage of 4,283. Shadrach Miti tells us more.
The draft report by the Presidential Working Party on Education Reforms reveals the shock of 1,918 public primary schools without head teachers, while 1,441 public secondary schools do not have principals. With only 5,716 out of the required 9,999 secondary school teachers spread across its 421 public secondary schools, Kakamega County has the biggest secondary school teacher deficit of 4,283. Meanwhile, with only 6,230 out of the required 10,547 primary school teachers spread across its 608 public primary schools, Kisumu County has the highest primary school teacher deficit of 4,317. In Kakamega County, out of 897 public primary schools, 121 schools don't have head teachers. Kitui, which has 1,382 public primary schools, 112 of them lack head teachers. Kisii County, which has 707 public primary schools, 110 schools don't have head teachers. Nakuru County, with 741 public primary schools, 88 lack head teachers. Makueni, with 886, 86 don't have head teachers. Bungoma, with 777 primary schools, 81 lack head teachers. And Murang'a, with 512 public primary schools, 69 don't have head teachers. While appearing before the National Assembly's Education Committee, the Teacher Service Commission Chief Executive Nancy Macharia attributed the huge staffing gap on budget constraints.
What are you doing with these 5 counties in Bomet, in Homa Bay, in Kakamega and other areas, around 5 across the country, who have glaring teacher shortage?
Everything that we do is based on money. For example, even the money you have now given us for this year will cater partially for the schools that are existing. What do we do about the schools that will be registered or opened, that will have to come in during the next financial year? All this is premised on budget.
The draft report shows that out of 452 public secondary schools in Kitui County, 68 schools lack principals. In Homa Bay County, 57 public secondary schools out of 333 don't have principals, while 56 out of 373 public secondary schools in Nakuru County lack principals. Bomet County, which has 280 public secondary schools, 55 of them lack principals, while Kakamega, with 421 public secondary schools, 53 lack principals. Interestingly, the draft report also shows a number of primary schools in the counties of Baringo, Marsabit and West Pokot having more head teachers than the number of schools. For instance, Baringo County, which has 722 public primary schools, has 849 head teachers. Shadrach Miti, KTN News.
Moving on, the government has reiterated its commitment in the fight against